Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Jonel Hernandez Lanuzo from BSED 22E. For today's lesson is I'm going to tell a story about The Hate You Give. Just a quick background. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas is a powerful contemporary novel inspired by real life events. It involves the police violence and racial injustice. The story follows Star Carter, which is a 16-year-old black girl who witnessed the fatal shooting of her childhood friend Khalil by a white police officer. Set against the backdrop of a divided community and growing protests. This novel explored themes of racism, identity, and the fight for justice. Through Star's journey, the book highlights the challenges faced by black communities in America and the importance of finding one's voice to stand against inequality. I have here my instructional material. This instructional material is called the Infinity Cube. It serves an important purpose in the learning process. By making this storytelling and comprehension, it can it makes more interactive and engaging. This cube is designed so that when students fold it along different sides, each side reveals a different part of a story. Its function is to help learners actively participate in the narrative by exploring the story step by step, which promote better understanding and retention of the material. By physically manipulating the cube, students are encouraged to connect with the story in hands-on way, enhancing their focus and creativity. Additionally, the Infinity Cube can support various learning styles, especially kinesthetic and visual learners. By combining movement and visual cues with reading, overall, these instructional materials enrich the learning experience by transforming a traditional story into an interactive activity that deepens comprehension and keep students motivated. Now we are going to start the story. This is the poster of The Hate You Give. Going to open it. Okay. The first image here. Meet Star Carter, a 16-year-old African American girl caught between two different worlds. She lives in Garden Heights, a very poor, predominantly black neighborhood where life is tough. But people look out for each other. At the same time, she attends Williamson Prep, a wealthy, mostly white private school far from their home. At school, Star puts on mask to avoid slang, keeps her emotions in check, and never brings up where she's really from. She doesn't want to be labeled as ghetto or angry. This double life weighs heavily on her. Star doesn't feel like she belongs completely in neither world, and she struggles with hiding parts of herself depending on where she is. The tension becomes even more important after the tragedy that follows. Okay. Next one. Okay. Next scenario, which is this one. One evening, Star goes to a party in Garden Heights with her friend Kenya. Okay. They are here. They are in a party. There she runs into Khalil. Yes. Khalil is here on her beside. Her childhood best friend. They haven't seen each other in a while, but their bond is still there. Okay. When a fight breaks out, Khalil offers to drive her home on the way to catch up laughing, remembering the past and hinting at deeper feelings, but then everything changes. Okay, let's Okay, let's open into the next cube. Okay, so here, a police car pulls them over. Khalil, calm and unarmed, is asked to step out. Okay, he steps out. As he reaches into the car to check on Star, the officer shoots him 3 times. Khalil dies on the spot with Stars as the only witness. The trauma hits Star hard. She's left in shock, covered in Khalil's blood and completely heartbroken. So the world starts to take notice. Khalil's death hits the news. But instead of focusing on the fact that the innocent boy was murdered, the media focuses on Khalil's past. They say he was a drug dealer, that he may have been part of a gang. Stars know better. She knows Khalil as a sweet, funny friend who loved his family and was trying to help his mom about hard times. At first, she stays silent about being the witness. She's scared of retaliation from the police, of pressure from the gang in the Garden Heights, and judgment from her classmates. But deep down, Star is torn. She wants justice and she wants the truth all. But what will it cost her? So as protest media coverage grow, Star's lives become more complicated. At Williamson, her classmate begin talking about Khalil's death. But in casual, detached way, Sam even uses death to skip school. Her supposed best friend Haley makes racist and some hurtful comments, showing Star that maybe their friendship was never as genuine as she thought. Even her boyfriend Chris, who is white, does not fully understand her pain at first. Back in Garden Heights, tension rise. Star is being pulled in every direction. Okay, she wants to protect her family and stay safe. But her silence feels more like betrayal to Khalil, to her community, and especially to herself. Amid all the chaos, Star leans on her family, this one. Her father, Maverick, is a former gang member who now runs a local grocery store. He's fiercely protective of Star and constantly reminds her of her strength, her identity, and the importance of standing up for what's right. Her mother, Lisa, is nurturing but firm. She wants Star to be safe but also to be brave. Her uncle, also Carlos, a police officer, represent another perspective. He supports Star, but his job puts him in the middle of both sides. This family, with all their flaws and love, is Star's foundation. Their support helps realize that even though she's young, her voice matters. So, with her encouragement, her family and Miss Ofra, a local activist and a lawyer, Star begins to find her voice. Okay. Finds her voice. She speaks investigators and does TV interview, her identity hidden for Khalil. But more importantly, she decides to testify before a grand jury. This is not easy. Star relives the trauma. She faces tough questions and she feels the weight of the world on her shoulders. But her decision to speak out becomes a turning point. Star begins to see that change does not happen by staying quiet. She knows Khalil deserves justice, and she does not tell the truth. Who will? Who will tell the truth? Okay, let's turn it. Okay, Star gives she can, hoping her world will lead to justice. But when the grand jury verdict comes back, no indictment, her heart shatters. Once again, a police officer walks free after killing a black boy. But also, the news sparkled, protest and anger crossed Garden Heights and beyond. Star is devastated but also furious. She knows this is bigger than Khalil. This is about a system that keeps falling Black lives. She joins the protest. She joined the protest, this time without fear, standing on a police car, grabs on a megaphone, and finally shouts Khalil's name in public. It's a powerful moment, and Star becomes the voice of her community. But speaking out comes danger. King, the local gang leader, feels threatened by Star's activism. He knows she's connected to Khalil and the truth. So, to send a message, the king sets fire to a maverick grocery store. Here, with Star and her brother inside. The scene is terrifying, but deep help from neighbors and family, they escape. The fire becomes a symbol, not just destruction, but of resistance. The community starts to rally together. People speak out, they start standing up to King and the violence her brings. Star bravery has inspired others. So, as things calm down, Star begins to heal not just physically but emotionally. She understands now that she does not have to choose between Garden Heights and Williamson, but she can be both. She can be whole, and she's no longer afraid to speak the truth. Whether it is confronting Haley's racism or standing up for Khalil in public, she also sees that activism does not end with one protest or one voice. It's a very long journey, and she's ready to keep going for Khalil, for her community, and for future generations. So, okay. So the title of the novel is The Hate You Give. So it means that the hate and injustice poured into children, especially Black children, will eventually hurt all society. Through Khalil's death, Star's awakening, and the community struggle, Angie Thomas shows how racism, silence, and fear spread in pain, but how truth and courage and love can break that cycle. So Star reminded us that our voices have power. Justice begins when we speak, and when we speak up and never stop. So thank you so much for listening to the story, The Hate You Give. Thank you.